How's it going, everybody? Side Shadow Games Report. Doing part 4, I guess, of multiplayer beta test of Years of War eBay. You know what's kind of weird about this? I played this game a week ago. I didn't have a show last week, so I'm kind of playing some old clips. Trying to debate if I actually want a game tonight or not. I guess we'll see after I play a few of these clips later. We are going to do news before we get into those clips. About 30 minutes to an hour of news before we do that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I might play some Outer Worlds too after I get done with the clips. I don't even know how long I'm going to play the clips. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood where I just want a game tonight. I didn't get to game. Well, I did game a little bit on the Xbox last week, but I didn't game near as much. Been taking off some time from the news, time from gaming, trying to reassess where the hell this political storm is headed. I mean, we're just not really getting anything that we want. So it's just kind of like, okay, how do we how do we reassess ourselves and how we're going to move forward? I mean, hell, I'm even in the weird boat now where I'm just like, bro, like, do I gotta go to another country to get what I want? Like, do I have to go to another country to like actually, I don't know, form a family? I don't know. I don't see things getting better here, and I don't see people helping each other out enough to attain certain goals. Now, I guess I could, just drown myself in debt, like every other American did. But I thought the whole point of this whole economic game was to like avoid debt. I mean, that's how I was taught about money growing up, and it's just all the weirdness of like acting like we were gonna have like this great, amazing golden age economy that just never manifested, and we are probably headed into something 10 times worse. At least that's the way things look. How else can I assess these things? But either way, I digress. We are doing 30 minutes to an hour of news. Let's jump into it. Rep Luna bipartisan bill targets foreign payments to influencers. This might target Tim Pool, I would assume. If the allegations are true. I have to insert that part as well. I feel like a lot of people probably, feel pretty well convinced that he might be one, but, just for legal sake, I can't say certain things. As a reporter, you can't say certain things unless you know for a fact. You'll get a defamation lawsuit. Just in case anybody else is thinking about getting into this specific industry, you need to think about your own reputation and not just spouting random things about other people. I mean, I make jokes a lot. I'll say some random shit online quite a bit. But, as long as you know that's not true and you are saying it because you think it's funny, like you have to assert that it's a joke. You can't just like spout lies at people and just I don't know, just defame them with fakeness. But either way. Massey reads Epstein names on House floor amid transparency push. I didn't finish that word. I think he named, what was it, Lex Wessner or something like that. Trump warns schools gender talk as child abuse. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're telling them not to accept their body, you know, who they are. I mean, we were always taught in school growing up to accept who we are and to get over it. Like, shut the fuck up, just, stop it. These kids, I don't know, man. I feel bad for them. They were just like walked into a cliff, and some of them are missing their body parts now because of this shit. So yeah, it is child mutilation, if you ask me. Just my opinion. Trump warns schools. Oh yeah, we just said that. Well, okay, that doubled up the same post basically. Iranian TV airs video claiming $10 million bounty on Baron Trump. I think they also made a few different clips, like showing that they know where his Secret Service is and shit. And it's just like, dude, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of dumb, if you ask me. Canada will announce retaliatory tariffs against the United States on Tuesday, official tells AP. Abbott tells judge Minnesota's ICE officer extradition lawsuit doomed to fail. California lawmakers vote to increase transparency over influencers' paid political post. Who is that? So I guess it's not just Luna. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't know how well it's gonna help. Hey, how's it going? Is it Sharpie One? How's it going, man? Hey, and sorry about earlier. You know, just gonna go ahead and slide the beef under the rug. I wasn't trying to be too mean towards you. I guess I just get upset whenever Catholics, just sometimes superimpose their positions without understanding the other side well enough. So that's where some of that resistance came from earlier. But I am very welcoming towards Catholics. I think we do align on most things when it comes to Christianity. It's just that Protestants, they diverged from Catholicism to protest against the authority of the church. And most of that was just due to the fact that some of the Catholic authorities were just too superimposing. They, imposed their authority onto regular people that probably were actually Christians. I mean, that's why there was a divergence in the church. They didn't like the church, I guess, using God as a tool to control them. So that's where some of that, I guess, pushback comes from. And I just want to let you know, you do seem like a cool guy, so don't let that deter you. I am a big debater. Um, I guess I just try to, I try to push back kind of hard, but also at the same time, I like to pull back to let people know I'm not just some psycho, yelling at them. I like to have fun. I like to have my beefcake moments where I'm just like, getting in people's face over the truth. But I try to do it for the right reasons. I'm not ever trying to like, I guess, I don't know, just I'm not trying to superimpose my position. I can't contradict myself. Like I guess I am to some degree because we have to push a little bit, but we just can't push too far too quickly. That's whenever it hurts people. And I'm sorry if I've hurt anybody on the internet with my opinion. Um, I mean, some people I guess I'm not, but I guess in another way, I want people to know that I'm not just some asshole. I am trying to, constantly improve myself as well. I'm trying to constantly improve upon my values. That was really why I came back towards Christianity. I felt like there was just a massive ethics divide. And I thought philosophy was going to be the answer, but I just don't think that philosophy was strong enough to hold certain values in place. I know that sounds weird, me putting it that way, but I just don't think that philosophy alone, just like, civics classes and ethics classes, things along those lines, I don't think it describes, um, I don't know, just, I guess, something to anchor morality to. I mean, yes, we can anchor it to nature as much as we want to, but I feel like if you anchor it to God and God kind of like being the creator of nature, I feel like that's actually a higher authority. And that is the true authority. God will always be that authority, not the church authority. God, Jesus, those are the authorities in the Protestant belief system, not the church authorities, because those are human. And I think something we actually agreed on earlier is that, human interpretation is fallible. So that's why there is a major pushback from Protestants. It is a protest against church authority. And if Zionists actually followed their logic with Protestantism, or however you say that word, Protestantism, if they actually followed that logic, they would realize that they have become the church authority by trying to, shout down that we need this third temple or we need to take over Israel and give it to the Jews and all this other stuff. Like, to a real Protestant, that's idolization of Jews over Jesus. Zionism is idolization of Jews over Jesus, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me. It does not hurt me if we disagree. But either way, I'm going to end it right there just so I can move on. I do want to make more friends, doing this, more like minded people. Even if we have differences, like, I still want us to be able to have our ability to disagree and still like each other. Like, that's the America I grew up in and want to kind of get back into if it's possible. We have to do that on both sides of the aisle. All right, anyways. Mexico resumes limited cattle exports to U.S. after screwworm pause, relieving ranchers. Yeah, we really need to focus on local ranchers. I actually had Tim Burchett repost my post today. I thought that was kind of surprising, but it is nice to have a representative reposting some of my words. I think it was one of my comments on his post. But, it's like, it just goes to show that if you want to shout down your representatives online on X, I mean, if you have a paid account on X, they're probably going to see it. Now, I will say this, if you don't have a paid account, it might limit your post view or viewership on X. So be sure. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to tell people to pay for X if you don't want to. I mean, you can comment on their post. It's just like I said, you're less likely to be seen on X unless you actually pay for the app. Which, by the way, I think on the desktop version, you can pay like $4 a month. They got like a 2-month deal. That's what I paid for recently. I actually didn't pay for X for like a year. I just came back somewhat recently. Maybe it was like 6 months. I can't remember exactly, but I didn't pay for a while just because I don't know, fed up with the algorithm. Moving on. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that Tim Burchett, reposted my stuff. He gave a small explanation. He blamed it on the Washington AG. I don't know what that really means. I might have to dig into that later, see what he means by the Washington AG is holding up, I guess, local ranchers or something like that. Like, that's just wild. It's wild that we have DC, federal AGs holding us back. We should be, I don't know, we should be more sovereign. We have separation of state. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have the United States, is to separate power. What is the whole point of the United States other than to separate regional power? I mean, that's the point of a state. You go from Tennessee to Kentucky to other places, you got different laws, you know? A lot of times you don't like those laws either. I don't know. I hated going to a concert in Kentucky. Like, everybody be smoking cigarettes. I'm not I mean, I might smoke some other things that are not too crazy. Uh, but I don't smoke cigarettes, and I hate going to concerts where you're just like filled with that shit. Oh my God. I'm so glad that, yeah, anyways, moving on. I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that in Tennessee. All right. U.S. urges new UN sanctions to spur rivals in Sudan to negotiate an end to war. Sudan. What war is going on in Sudan? It's just like constant diversion from like anything that's important, in my opinion. We're just like, we're still stuck in this Iran war, but right now you can tell that the media is trying to shift focus away from it towards other subjects as much as possible, trying to give some room for the Trump administration to breathe, in my opinion. He has been cozying up to Democrats lately. Um, whether there was lots of talk that he made a deal with the Democrats. You can't base that off of just like meeting with somebody. But it is a telltale sign that he probably is nervous about the midterms. He's already trying to cozy up to them so that maybe he can pass certain things with the Democrats for the next 2 years. Maybe, just maybe, this could shut down the Republican agenda for the next 2 years. That's kind of my hope with this new political play, if we're going to make one. Um, the political play being that we are, I guess, going to use Democrats for our benefit. We are going to use them maybe against Israel. We are going to use them against What's some other positive things? Um, I don't know. Maybe some certain people arrested. I mean, maybe we could go after certain corrupt Republicans that we just exposed over the past 6 months. I mean, I guess we'd been exposing them for a year or two now. You know, people like Ted Cruz getting money from Israel, which I think is kind of interesting. The timing of like Luna's bill that she's trying to put through. I don't even know. Does half of her stuff even go through? I feel like she's just like another distraction. I don't know. She was like into like so many different things at the beginning. She was like, I'm gonna do the UFO disclosure. I'm gonna do the uh, Epstein and JFK and MLK exposure. Like she was a part of all these different task force. Like, what has she actually produced? Seriously, I don't know. I just think that Luna is a face. I don't think she really gets a lot done. Um, I mean, I guess it's nice to see her with Bircha every now and again. I'm not even saying that Bircha is a saint either. I mean, I do like him for the most part. He does seem responsive. I mean, actually, he has responded to my messages too before, which I think is kind of cool. Um, I was actually telling him like, hey, we need to slow down. We need to slow down the population growth here in Tennessee. We need to we need to put the state residency upward of, you have to live in the state for at least a year to a year and a half. That would deter people from actually staying here because it would take a year and a half to become a resident here. But you could also raise taxes on out of state people that move here. Anyone that moves here within like the past 5 years, you could raise their taxes on and basically, maybe not kick him out, but kind of push him out to some degree. All right, let's move on. Let's see. El Say distances himself from popular streamers' comments on Israel and Jewish Americans. Uh, that's the Muslim guy that's running for senator, I believe. I can't remember. Is he in New York? I can't remember where he's at. I want to say it was New York or something. DC's delegate candidate plans to target federal lawmakers challenging the city's autonomy. Supreme Court clears the way for Trump mail voting order in advance of midterms. So Supreme Court clears the way for Trump mail voting order, and so, is that like the executive order? I think that's what that was. Huh. So it seems like we're still trying to get this through no matter what, even if the SAVE Act doesn't pass, which it doesn't look like it's going to pass in time. Trump administration threatens new sanctions on countries that refuse to cut economic ties with Iran. This is part of, I guess, the economic E-Day or economic D-Day, as Besant called it. I was trying so hard to get them to call it E-Day. I'm sorry. After playing Gears of War E-Day and then the timing of all that, I was just like, dude, we gotta call it E-Day. It's Economic Warfare Day. E-Day. It's perfect. Come on now. Come on now. But also too, are the are the moves even strong enough to really do anything to Iran? I mean, is it all for show? That's what it kind of feels like. Not to mention, Besant has been taking a lot of my ideas for economic warfare, which I had posted about, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago since I didn't have a show last week. Man, I'll tell you what, guys, I was so tired last week. I don't know what it was. I just feel like we're getting hit with all these psychological operations every single day. Like, you really gotta take time off to breathe every now and again. I don't know what it was. I was just so upset. Like, I don't know. I guess part of me was just like hoping that maybe the Trump administration would come around and show us some type of relief, alleviation from the economic pressure of right now. But we just never saw it, and for some reason, it just took the wind out of me last week. I was just like, holy shit. We really are in this shit, aren't we? We're in the fucking mud now. We're sinking. We're in quicksand. What was that movie I saw the other day? Kept falling in mud, quicksand. Oh yeah, the movie 65. It's actually a decent movie if anybody's ever seen it before. It's the guy from Star Wars that played the bad guy, Kylo Ren in the movie. he's in the movie, and he's basically in a spaceship. Somehow he goes back in time to the year 65 million, and he lands on Earth, like in a space crash or a spaceship crash. And yeah, he has to fight through dinosaurs and shit to get back to his other escape pod. I don't know, kind of a fun movie if you feel like watching a movie here soon. All right, what else we got? Trump uses U.S. will hike Canada auto tariffs to 50% as trade dispute widens. We had Carney get into it with Trump over the weekend. They're both slapping tariffs on each other. I think Carney is just trying to take advantage of the economic strangle of Iran and the oil situation. Plus, we had this great deal with the Keystone Pipeline. I think that's what it's called. Isn't it called the Keystone Pipeline? Something like that. We had this deal all set up with it, and it fell through on the weekend. Thought it was going to be the major oil relief that we needed, but Canada decided to take advantage of us with this particular pull, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. It kind of seems like our economic arm is just not as strong as it used to be. I don't know. This is not the economic warfare I was really wanting, but I mean, I don't know. I think I think if we are going to get serious about it, I don't know. Maybe we need to start making some deals over pressuring everybody with all these economic restraints. We need a little bit more diplomacy. Um, I mean, you have to be very timely with negative pressure towards another country. Like you can't just constantly keep doing it. It's ineffective that way. Like we have to be very, very timely with how we pressure Iran and other countries around the world. I mean, that's how Ukraine is taking advantage of us right now. Um, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some blackmail basically against the United States saying that, hey, we'll expose all your biolabs if you don't give us weapons money. It's the same thing for, Israel. I mean, not the same scenario, but similar situations. Like, hey, we got all this blackmail and all of your politicians, screwing kids or whatever. So, you screw with us, well, screw them over. Like that takes out half of the American government. I mean, hell, I still think that we need half of the government purged and or executed. One of the two. All right, Jared Kushner meets with Democratic leader Jeffries at House Control at stake in November. Yeah, they're trying to get ahead of it. They know they're going to lose and they're trying to get ahead of it. And it's just like, what were y'all doing the past few weeks where you're just now jumping on this shit? Like, who's the retard? Anyways, East Tennessee sheriff rejects license plate readers after public backlash. I remember reading this over the weekend. Loudoun County Sheriff Jimmy Davis, who called the flock safety ALPR system one of the most advanced crime solving tools since DNA, chose not to install it after residents unanimously opposed it, despite his prior approval. Meanwhile, Knoxville police switched to Axon systems, defending them as safe with 30-day data retention. Interesting. Okay, so we got data retention now. That's actually a good sign. 30-day data retention. Interesting. So, that's actually better. This is actually better. Okay. I mean, I'm not for these systems, guys. I'm just more or less saying that this is better than what we already have. Plus, it doesn't keep long-term data. I mean, we would have to make sure that obviously these systems are not keeping long-term data. But if it's only keeping 30 days, that means you might be able to find kids a lot easier that way through Amber Alerts and whatnot. Um, I'm literally just trying to be the middle ground with this particular subject. I'm not for flock cameras or Exxon cameras. I think that there is lots of bleed over with, I guess, I don't know, maybe foreign countries being able to hack these things, being able to follow you. I mean, I even worry about cults within the police system tracking certain individuals, maybe having a political stance against them, and they'll target them because of those reasons. I just think that we need to be very, very careful with these things. I mean, like I said, it's better for the 30-day retention. You know, a lot less time, a lot less of being able to track every little thing about your movements. But I mean, I guess let's just say they're tracking you for a long time. They could use that data every single month against you. And that's where I would argue against it again. But you can see why I go back and forth. It's because on one hand, we have flock cameras catching cops, you know, stalking their girlfriends. On the other hand, we have cops actually catching more predators, you know, actually finding more children, finding more human traffickers. I'm not saying it's all flock doing this, but it is interesting to see the increase, at least if the FBI numbers are correct, which I'm not, you know, I'm not really keen to really trust their numbers half the time, but I don't know. It's the numbers we work with, so. What other numbers am I going to give you? I guess that's the real question. East Tennessee Sheriff rejects license plate readers. We just said that. This is this guy. Loudoun County Sheriff. Why does he look familiar? Have you pulled me over before? I'm not in East Tennessee that much, but when I am in East Tennessee, sometimes I get pulled over. I don't know why. I even had a cop follow me one time while I was on a date, and I'm just like, bro, if my girlfriend is in your database of hot chicks that you follow around, which that is a thing, by the way. Yes, they have a database of all the hot chicks, and I guess everyone they talk to. So, just remember that whenever you're talking to a hot chick, you might not want to say anything stupid. Alright, let me check my chat real quick. How we doing? How we doing? No gourds, brother. Good, good. Good, good. Yeah, same here, brother. Trust in your fellow Christians. I mean, I wouldn't trust your fellow Zionists or anything like that. But I guess if they are led astray and you can help lead them back into, I don't know, a more New Testament orientation, oriented around Jesus, then, you know, that's where I would be at. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I've talked enough about religion today. I try to, I don't know, keep it brief, because I don't know, there's a lot more atheists nowadays. You gotta tiptoe around atheist. And, I guess I was atheist for a little while. It's just more or less, I don't know. I felt like I was betrayed by a lot of Christians, and I think that's why I fell off the religious bandwagon for a long time. I didn't feel like I belonged in a lot of the churches I was going to. But then at that time I didn't realize how corrupt certain churches were and how far astray they had been led by Zionism and or maybe some other, I don't know, sect of Christianity. That's the horrible thing you got to deal with Protestantism. You got to be extra careful with who you associate with. Um, just due to the fact, I mean, you know, there is CIA documentation of them literally infiltrating churches to manipulate people towards Zionism and other things. Not just Zionism, there's other operations going on. California has Chinese spies as mayors, just FYI. Getting into today's content.
Fox News alert, a California Democrat just admitted to being a Chinese spy. Christina Coleman has the latest. Christina.
Hi, Jesse. California Democrat Eileen Wang resigned as mayor of Arcadia as part of her plea deal. She's now charged with acting as an illegal agent of the People's Republic of China. Prosecutors say between 2020 and 2022, 4 years before she was sworn in as mayor, she worked at the direction and control of Chinese government officials.
They feel like that there is an open door invitation in these sanctuary cities. It's not just China. This is North Korea. This is Russia. This is our adversaries all over the place that's using the political theater that the Democrats have drawn as a point of weakness to be able to infiltrate our communities.
Federal authorities say Wang operated a phony website claiming it was a news source for the local Chinese American community. Instead, she's accused of using it to promote and push pro-Chinese content.
It's not a crime to just publish pro-Chinese pieces. What makes it a crime is that she was working at the direction of the PRC. So this wasn't her on her own writing these things. She was directed and instructed. She had a handler by the PRC that would tell her what to do.
A local news reporter caught up with this California Democrat to see if she had anything to say about secretly working with China's communist government, but she stayed silent.
Can we speak with you about these allegations?
Yep, had nothing to say there. Also, federal authorities say Wang's former fiancé was her accomplice. He's currently serving a 4-year federal prison sentence after pleading guilty last October to acting as a legal agent of a foreign government. So both of them in big trouble, Justin.
Match made in heaven. Thank you, Chris.
Alrighty. Meat prices were cheaper under Biden, but he did thin the herds through policy. The Kobe letter says breaking President Trump announces a deal to sell 300,000 pounds of beef at 25% discount to market price as beef prices hit a record high. Today, I concluded a deal to substantially lower the price of ground beef, but for working American families. As everyone knows, under President Biden, beef prices soared at their fastest rate, and American beef herd fell to its smallest size in modern history. As we work to rebuild this herd and help our ranchers for the next 90 days, the United States will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of produce or product for ground beef to be imported with no out-of-quota tariff. We have a commitment that this beef will be sold at 25% below current market prices. So I think a lot of this is actually coming from Argentina, which, you know, Milei was supposed to be like this master economist, and he has been completely screwing up, it seems like, because we're having to fund his peso, we're having to buy all of his meat and everything else. I don't know. It's just, it's very confusing. It's like, I don't know. We're told all these great things about these people, but then they just end up being total assholes here in the end. And it's the way that Trump is appearing to be as we go along further. Alright, Elon Musk, we need to end this war by saying no over and over. Ukraine is waiting Elon Musk permission to start hitting missile launchers inside Russia per FT. Ukraine is seeking permission to use Starlink-equipped drones to target Russian ballistic missile launchers up to 200 kilometers inside Russia, which, thankfully, Elon Musk is declining to do this, supposedly. But at the same time, you just start to kind of wonder, well, if Elon isn't allowing this to occur, how are they doing half of their attacks? Is this just public perception? I don't know. It kind of seems likely. It seems like it's likely. Canada is taking leverage opportunities with the Iran war, in my opinion. U.S. says Canada declined to finalize trade deal. Carney says Canada has suspended trade negotiations with the U.S. Click on this. Carney says Canada to match us tariffs dollar for dollar. Zero hedge. College became unaffordable to most unless you're okay with debt. Many are. American colleges are facing a crisis as young people turn to trades. Well, I mean, they can't really afford the university lifestyle. Plus, I just don't think that you really learn all that much from university anymore. It just feels like overconflated. I don't know, just constantly teaching you the same thing over and over. And it's just like teaching you equations and I don't know, just algebra that you'll never use half the time. Not just algebra, but other equations. Thai site says they always find new ways to launder. Connor Ecole says the Israeli government is paying for ads on Ted Cruz's podcast. Cruz can't take the money himself, but under an unusual licensing deal, those foreign funds can go to a super PAC dedicated exclusively to Cruz. That's what I was referring to earlier when I brought it up. Is he wearing eyeliner? It almost looks like it. Danish researcher Pal Thorsen to plead guilty in vaccine grant fraud case. Hal Thorson, a researcher whose work was used to reassure millions of parents that vaccines do not cause autism, is expected to plead guilty on fraud on September 1st. Former CDC scientist. Children's Health Defense. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Used to debunk a vaccine autism link. Will plead guilty. Wow, that is actually a very big thing. I actually lost a friend over this debate. um, yeah, I mean, I believed in the vaccine science a long time ago. I didn't think that people were that screwed up to falsify science. I thought scientists had more integrity, and I was just completely wrong. That's another thing that made me religious, was just noticing all of the science-oriented people just becoming mad scientists, almost evil. And it's like they never actually, I don't know, they never evolve into that moral being that they pretend to be. And it's like they don't have the moral anchor of God. You know, that thing that holds them in place. Now, I'm not saying God holds everybody in place. In fact, I think some people see God as a tool to manipulate, which is what I brought up earlier. Um, so, it really is dependent on the individual and how something is used. Um, People use God for different reasons. And I guess I try to use it as a moral framework to help guide me in life, help guide decisions, help guide moral decisions, especially. Um, but yeah, either way, moving on. Rents falling. What has changed? Nothing.
Rents are falling for the first time. We got a lot of work to do, but we're finally seeing that American dream of homeownership become accessible again to our young people. And it's not just affordability, America's getting safer too. Rents are falling for the first time.
Is that true? I haven't heard that from anybody I know. So if that's true, you gotta let me know, because I don't pay rent anymore. But if it is, then, great. That's great. But I just don't believe it. At White House, Tennessee's population is increasing, not decreasing. Actually, I guess I said this to the White House too. I didn't realize it. Tennessee's population is increasing, not decreasing. I see more foreigners now than ever. Oh, and there's video of the southern border gate wide open. No one believes you. You're horrible about proving yourself. No one can barely afford anything. Sorry, I guess I had some typos. I know many people who want to leave the country, getting too insane to defend anymore. And that's true. I know several people that want to leave now. I started talking about it, and I guess, I guess it influenced some of my friends to think about it themselves. They haven't said they're actually leaving or anything, but I do have my friends watch the show every now and again, and I had one bring it up recently, and they're like, I never thought about leaving the country until you brought it up. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, if we don't got a future here, then I think a lot more people are going to want to leave before too long. But we'll just have to see how things go. I mean, I'm really just going to probably wait until last second and then, make my decision. But I don't know. I mean, I want to stay, but I have to have reasons to stay. And if things keep getting worse, and if we are basically being pressured to go to war for a foreign country, I mean, and we're going to be forced to go into draft and everything else, I'm over it, guys. I'm over it. I don't know what I'm fighting for. I mean, if we're not fighting for this nation, I don't know what we're fighting for. And if I get sent overseas to fight for a different nation other than mine, I mean, it just makes me like, I'm surprised there wasn't a lot more mutiny whenever the war was, in full flex over the past few months. I mean, maybe there was. I heard a few different stories. I don't know how true they were. Either way, let's move on. Flock must be destroyed, says Resist CBDC. Flock is using the police as a legal shield to run unauthorized mass identity resolution queries for their own proprietary training and profit. The perpetual license terms gives Flock ownership. Yeah, it's just one major overstep, if you ask me. Kind of obvious. Palantir's latest system is designed to fuse satellites, radar, cameras, and other sensors into a single real-time picture of people.
This is Maven Smart System, Palantir's software as a service product that we are deploying across the entire department. As you can see, it's not just one data feed, it's multiple. And instead of having 8 or 9 systems for those decision makers to look at every single day in order for them to make decisions, you then fuse it into a single visualization tool. The single visualization tool allows you to select, deselect different types of data, look at different approaches to data, but more importantly, action from the same system that you're trying to develop your workflows around. Once you have a detection that you want to actually move into a targeting workflow, for example, this is what we do. Left click, right click, left click, magically, it becomes a detection. That detection then gets moved into a workflow. This is standard digitized workflow, but I want to walk you through it quickly. You have different types of targets that are identified on the left there. Every single column produces a different type of decision-making process. Once you have that decision and you're trying to actually action that process, we now move into COA generation, course of action generation, where we are automatically, via a number of factors, trying to identify what the best asset to prosecute a target looks like. Once we've got the different approaches and we select one, we then can move directly into how do we action that target. So we've gone from identifying the target to now coming up with a course of action to now actioning that target, all from one system. This is revolutionary. We were having this done in about 8 or 9 systems where humans were literally moving detections left and right in order to get to our desired end state, in this case, actually closing a kill chain.
Closing a kill chain. Kill chain, what does that mean? We'll figure it out here soon. Remember, every day is opposite day in Israel. If they say something nice, get ready for the knife. Israel says it does not seek escalation with Turkey. Bullshit. If they're not ending the Fed, what are you even doing with your life? Some men prefer boobs, others prefer butts. All men want to destroy the banking cartel. Absolutely true. I'm a boobs and butt kind of guy, by the way. Not that it matters. The Thai site says White House didn't just defund them, so everything was just a ruse with Donald Trump. U.S. owes $5 billion to the United Nations, plans to pay $850 million. Why do we owe the UN $5 billion? I thought we defunded them. I just don't understand, like, what the fuck is going on. We had this big show last year where he was, like, defunding the UN and all these other cool things, and now we're just, like, back to the same old thing. DHS Gov is protecting a foreigner over an American, and somehow that isn't treason. Ethan Levin says, I was told by the DHS to never speak on Ben Gvir again. They didn't ask me about a single American politician. It was only about Ben Gvir, and they told me to stop. Why is the DHS protecting him? I'm an American, born and raised. Does my free speech stop with Gvir? How's it going, Danger Mouse? Let's see. Mark Carney. Thai site says, Mark Carney, quit being a drama queen and make a deal, bitch. Canada has declared an economic war against the U.S. after failed negotiations.
We believed earlier this week that we were moving towards a mutually beneficial agreement. In recent days, the United States proposed new terms that were uneconomic, unfair, and undermined the net benefits for Canada and called into question the reliability of any deal. In short, they asked too much and they offered too little. We believe
You know, one thing I think is kind of interesting about this, if there's a high demand for the market, it actually, well, okay, if there's a high demand, that increases prices. If there's a low supply. If there's a high supply and a low demand, that lowers prices. So there is a little bit of a logic to some of this. She's saying right here, this Ariana Jasmine, literally not how the housing market works at all. How stupid does he think we are? JD Vance says rents will come down as illegal immigrants are deported. So like I just said, if there is a lack of demand, which there is a lack of demand in the market right now, and the supply increases, that does bring down the cost. That's economics 101, supply and demand. So, now, will they allow the prices to drop? That's the crony capitalism that we're kind of stuck in. We have all these renters, property owners, whatever. They're very stubborn. They want to keep prices the same because they make more money that way. But also they're trying to pay their bills. And if, let's just say, utilities bills are 10 times more expensive, obviously that makes their expenses more expensive. All right. Does he actually say anything else here though? That's all we get? Is that basically what I said earlier? Is this it? Is this the same thing that I played earlier? We'll have to see. I think it's something
Friend
different.
Susan Collins, the senator from Maine, thank you. Now, I always, whenever I'm in the great state of Maine, which is one of my favorite states, it's beautiful, it's got hardworking people, amazing industries. I love a state like Maine, which has got this incredible natural beauty, but is also a place of hardworking Americans. So I love to be here. And whenever I'm in Maine, I got to give Susan a little bit of crap. Because as you know, Susan is the most independent member of the United States Senate, and as the president of the United States Senate, she sometimes makes my job just a little bit harder. But she makes it harder because she is coming to work every single day and fighting not for a political party or not for any
Wait, this is him just like trying to beef up Susan Collins or whatever. I don't care about her. I thought it was something else. Well, I think that's just taken from his speech maybe over the week. I don't know, maybe he said it here too. Oh, okay, this is it. This is it right here. Finally. Why did I have to scroll down that far?
Always asked during the campaign, they'd say, what are one of the things that are causing housing prices to go up? And I'd say common sense, it's supply and demand. That if you bring in millions and millions of illegal aliens...
I didn't watch this before he said that, by the way.
You got to put them somewhere. And when you give them houses that ought go by right to...
How the fuck they even got houses? Like, a lot of Americans don't even know how to get a house. They don't even know how to, like, get a mortgage set up. Like they don't know how to, like, reach out to a realtor half the time. I'm not saying, like, you know, all Americans. I'm just saying, like, half of Americans that have never bought a home before. Like, they don't even know how the process occurs. I mean, I have some family that are in the industry, so I know it a little bit. But even then, I would say even some of the people in that industry are kind of dumb and they don't even know the whole thing. But that's another story.
To American citizens, that's going to increase the cost of housing for everybody else. Well, it's 18 months, ladies and gentlemen, and the verdict is in. Where housing doubled under the leadership of Joe Biden, rents are falling for the first time in a decade under the leadership of Donald Trump because we got people who shouldn't be here the hell out of our country. It's very simple.
I mean, rents? Okay, so you're getting them out of the apartment complexes. Now get them out of the fucking houses. They shouldn't be paying rent. I mean, whoever's there should be paying a mortgage. I mean, see, that's another thing. They could just be using the illegals for rent. You have these property management companies that will go in and buy all this land and put all these homes there. And rather than actually, you know, putting out a mortgage where you actually buy the home and own the land, you'll just have a rent. You have a lot of these townhomes that are kind of the same way now. I don't know, these property management companies, they need lots and lots of scrutiny. They need, I don't know, they need to be broken up. I don't know what to do anymore, guys. Like, it's almost just like the corptocracy is just being overbearing now. We don't even know how to escape the weird policy overdrives. We have a lot of what seem like accelerationist lobbyists or something. I don't know. It pisses me off. Anyways, moving on. White House. Yup. Can only blame yourself. Real Donald Trump, you went from plus 65% to negative 65% in a year, FYI. Trump says I'll be impeached if I lose the midterms. Well, honestly, bro, you kind of deserve it if you screwed up this bad, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't even entertain Q stuff anymore. I've been trying to tell Owen Schroyer about Operation Trust for quite a while now. He seems to ignore it. He still seems to jump or even latch on to the Q train every now and again, and I'm just kind of like, bro, we're kind of past that. We need to like be talking about, I don't know, how do we, I don't even know where to start now. There's just so much to think about because it duped us so badly, put us into such a weak position that we're just like sitting here like, whoa, our fucking hero, the guy that was supposed to save us, just totally fucked us. Totally fucked us. And we're just, waiting for some type of white knight to come over the hill, shine their staff like Gandalf. Anyways, moving on. So this is how we get GTA 6 on PC. Rockstar Games arrest them immediately. Pubbity says the GTA 6 leakers are threatening to post the entire game online if Rockstar doesn't leave them alone. They also claim to have a failsafe that automatically leak a playable PC version of the GTA 6 if the hackers get arrested. So, I'm just going ahead and saying it like, arrest them. I want GTA 6 on PC. It would totally suck because I bought an Xbox just for GTA 6. I know. Sounds completely lame. But they weren't going to release it on PC for another year or two, so I was just like, bro, I gotta fucking play it the first year. I feel weird if I don't play stuff the first year now. I was one of those weirdos that bought games like a year or two late because I wanted that discount. And now I'm just like, nah, I'm a streamer now. I gotta show off some of these games early on so people want to watch. A lot of people don't want to watch the game if it's a year late, so, gotta be a little bit of that guy that shows some of the game off so people want to, actually play it. I will say this, Xbox numbers are growing lately. That's kind of cool. It's like the first time that's happened in close to a decade. The Xbox, what was it? Actually, I mean, really the past 5 years weren't that great. The Xbox Series S and X didn't perform that well in comparison to its older consoles. Its other brethren, older brethren. White House, American troops need to come home and help deport illegals. Oh, that's me talking. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that's fucking a great idea. And I was like, wait, that's me. It's always fun whenever you realize you're reading your own words. I always agree with me. That's weird, right? I'm always agreeing with me. Eastern European NATO members are reportedly offering to pay more than the cost of hosting U.S. troops as Trump considers shrinking America's 80,000 to 100,000 strong military footprint in Europe. The scramble comes ahead of a meeting next week with the Pentagon. Yeah, it seems like we're I don't know, it's like in a marathon or something to get out of NATO at this point. And it's just so strange, like right whenever this Mecca agreement is forming, the Middle Eastern version of NATO, we got Pakistan, we got, what is it? Was it Syria? Is Syria involved too? I don't know. It was Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and maybe Syria. I think Syria might get on board. I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. I still think part of the government is captured, but I don't know. We'll have to see. All right. Eastern European NATO members are reportedly offering to pay more than the cost of hosting U.S. troops. I mean, I guess that would be good. We'd get more money that way. Candace is hitting the nail on the head again. Now, something funny about this video, just wait until the ending of it. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit, but she does say a lot of true things, but there's a lot of speculation around Candace. Candace is almost too smart of an individual. It's almost like she's been trained. I don't know if she works for anybody or is a part of any organization, government organization or anything like it. Just pure speculation there. But either way, I'm going to play it real quick.
Freemasonry, in many ways, obviously, it traces back. It's biblical. So you have to think about different iterations. So it's like Solomon's temple. The masons of the temple is kind of what they're hinting at. But in terms of like the modern introduction, Freemasonry, in many ways, obviously, it traces back. It's biblical. So you have to think about different iterations. So it's like Solomon's temple. The masons of the temple is kind of what they're hinting at. But in terms of like the modern introduction to Western society, it begins with Francis Bacon. And Paris, where Paris seems to be the home of a lot of the things that have happened in these secret societies. It's like they go to Paris to be initiated. The same thing for Sigmund Freud. He studied under Charcot, and he was similarly initiated. I don't think it's a coincidence that Paris's code is 33. If you want to dial up to Paris, 33. It's home of the French Revolution. There's a lot that's happened in Paris. There's a lot of evil that is taken place. But the Freemason Society, I mean, this gets into the infiltration of the Knights Templar, intentional infiltration by Adam Weishaupt, who was funding the infiltration of various Freemason groups and bringing them all together under the Illuminati. Our founding fathers were Freemasons, and the Nicholas Hager book carefully walks you through even the symbolism on the back of a $1 bill. And to be clear, when they joined the Illuminati, it was after the Revolutionary War, but it was always done in mind, and Adam Weishaupt was an open Satanist, with using Christianity as a shell to further their satanic causes. So you have to really go backward to understand the theology, the infiltration, how the Scottish Rite, which is the Scottish Rite.
Makes me kind of wonder too, like at the same time she's saying all this, what if she was like a Mason? There's like pictures where she's like in a Mason or Masonic type temple looking thing. I don't know why she was there. I don't know if those photos are even real. But let's just say that she was a Mason, there is the fact of the matter that there are those Masons that do discover what's wrong with Masonry and do try to expose it. That's actually how we know a lot about Masonry, is by the people that, I guess, stuck their nose in it and then got the fuck out.
Freemasons, which had everything to do with establishing America, was really dating back from.
Oh, and since I paused things real quick, the Xbox 360 is an amazing console, Danger Mouse. I actually went back to my 360 after I sold my Xbox One, back whenever the Xbox One was a thing. I hate the names of the Xboxes, by the way. I hate how they named them. We went from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, which the first Xbox is what I used to call Xbox One, because it was the first one. It's just so stupid. Whoever named that was just, I don't know, I hate them. But yeah, they came out with mid-generation console upgrades where, like, I think the Xbox One X came out, and I just bought an Xbox One, and it pissed me off so bad that I sold my Xbox like a month later and just went back to my 360. I was like, fuck this, not doing this, thing where I waited 3 years for the Xbox One just for a price drop, and then it finally occurred, and then they released another console. Not doing that. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up.
France, and the Catholic Church having Jacques de Molay hung. I think he was hung, he was killed. And these groups then went into Scotland, and that book just helps you trace how these Freemason groups arrived into America. And for them, it was seen as a new Atlantis. Okay. We keep getting caught doing all this crazy stuff across the European continent. It's always been a war against the Catholic Church. They're all explicit in their hatred of the Catholic Church, which is very compelling to me.
Why do you think they're against the Catholics so much?
Because the Catholics were calling them what they were, Satanists. I mean, the rewrite of history, Isabel of Spain.
See, this is where I think a lot of Reformationist Protestants are very in line with Catholics, because we are trying to point out the same thing. See, what's interesting about this discussion between Protestants and Catholics, the debate and how they clash on certain subjects, I guess, is the fact of the matter that they're actually trying to attack the same thing. And I know that might be hard to understand, but let me explain it for you. We have Catholics that will attack cultists. They are the Masons that they are against. I mean, not only Masons, but, you know, just since we're focusing on the Masons right here. I mean, they were kicked out of Catholicism, and for good reason. They would manipulate the authority in the church. They would become a part of the authority in the church. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now, Protestants, they rebelled against the Catholics to rebel against the authority. And why did they rebel against the authority to begin with? Was it due to the Masons? Was it due to Jesuits? The Black Pope? The Black Nobility? All of these other little cults that are involved with Catholicism? You see what I'm saying here? We're actually attacking the same things. It's just in different forms. Catholics still want to keep their priest, and I'm fine with that. So long as they actually do deter the cults. But the thing about cultists, they're not going to tell you they're, part of a cult. They're going to lie to you, they're going to cheat their way to the top, and that's how they get into that authority position. So, we are very much in alignment together whenever it comes to being against the same things, the same demonic authority, and so, well, I guess, if you want to put it that way. That's just my behavioral assessment. Their behavior is demonic, and I think there's a demonic value system. A lot of it is an aversion to Christian values. So, if those particular values are defined as demonic behavior, that's how I like to look at it too. I like to add the psychological aspect to it as well. That way you're fighting with both, you're fighting with God and science at the same time, which science is just the accumulation of truth, which you could still say that's fighting with God again. I mean, look up the definition of science. It literally says this is the accumulation of truth. It's the study of truth. Now, science can be wrong and be rewritten. A lot of times that's how we get closer to the truth. We'll rewrite the truth to get closer to it. But I guess what we really learned from science over the past few years is how it can be manipulated, how you can use expert authority, which is the appeal to authority fallacy, by the way, which is a philosophical debate term. Yeah, if you ever want to learn how to debate, you need to learn logical fallacies. You need to learn how to fight back with words, the logos, logic, which in Christian theology and or philosophy, the logos is the word of God. In science, logic is the formulation of reason. It's the logical sequence to get towards truth. It's actually also correct functioning. Whatever is logical is correct. Like, it's just one of those words that, that's what it means. It's correct functioning. It's logical. It works. All right, we're going to get to this video now.
Constantly, everything you've learned about Catholicism and the history of Catholicism is just crap in school. And there's a reason for that, because America was designed to be anti-Catholic, to be anti-Orthodox. And the reason is because Catholics hold the history. They know what they were doing on that continent. America was supposed to be kept fat, happy, and young. I truly believe that. And now America, well, we were fat, happy, and young for 250 years, and now we're arriving into our adolescent phase, and people are starting to look in the right places. It's why I encourage people to go to Russia. Russia holds the key to a lot of secrets of these maniacal psychopaths who have arrived in America, who say, well, my great so-and-so went to Russia. Got you clocks. Know exactly who your great-grandfather must have been in your bloodthirst. The Bible says you will know them by their fruits. You do. You do. Do you have to imagine who Mark Levin's ancestors were who were in Russia? No, I got to guess. I'm going to guess they were killing the shit out of Bolsheviks. If I just had to guess. They were killing the shit out of Christians, if I had to guess. They must have built the Gulag system. There's a bloodlust that exists and an anger that is just so perceptible. That's why you say you will know them by their fruits. It's the way they speak about people. There's a happiness in their eyes when they're talking about, like, murder. It's weird. Sometimes when I watch clips that will go viral of Ben Shapiro or Mark Levin, there's something in their, like, demeanor and their eyes that it's so dark. It's so dark where you really go, I think you are happy. It makes you happy when kids are being killed in Gaza. Like, there's something, it's very disturbing. They're not having the same reaction as we are having. And you see it in their tweets. They're hungry for more death and destruction.
Oh no, I've seen it. I've seen it in person.
It's dark.
I've seen it here in this room.
It's dark. that can only come from
Like
worshiping
they're fucking foaming at the mouth.
Yeah. That can only
Like a
come
demon.
from the Prince of Darkness. Because when spirits are light and happy and you have a reaction to seeing a dead kid, doesn't matter what the race of the kid is. Doesn't matter what the race of the kid is. You don't get up on the airways and go, oh, well, that's what happens. You're going to get some more of that. Like what Ben Gavir is saying, there's something very wrong with these people. And so you don't have to imagine who they are the children of.
She's doing her little hand symbols. Here's our picture here at the end. Now, she is Catholic. So you can't directly say, I mean, I don't know. Is this a Masonic lodge? I guess it might be actually, because the tile. I don't know, do Catholic churches have that type of tile too? I feel like it's mainly just like Mason lodges, but I don't know. You all can be the judge of this particular one. I have no clue if she is a Mason or not. I mean, with all the weird symbolism around the Charlie Kirk case, I feel like the whole thing is just some Masonic ritual and or maybe just a show of some sort. I don't know what it's really there for. A lot of it doesn't make sense, in my opinion. That's why I've kind of abandoned talking about it half the time, because I'm just like, this is getting dumb. Ty-Site says, we think about female honeypots are more common, but what if Kushner is one?
Is Jared Kushner a honeypot? Because I found some crazy coincidences, shall we say.
Would it be completely crazy to say that Jared Kushner is working in an Epstein-like fashion?
Jared Kushner was born January 10th, 1981, and raised in an influential modern Orthodox Jewish family in Livingston, New Jersey. His grandparents, Joseph and Ray Kushner, were Holocaust survivors from Poland, and his father, Charles, is a multi-billion-dollar real estate mogul and a major donor to pro-Israel and Jewish causes. But among the regular guests in the Kushner household during Jared's youth was a then rising star in Israeli politics named Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu. Now, the bond between the Kushners and Bibi was so close that during one trip to New Jersey, it was reported that a young Jared Kushner once lent Benjamin Netanyahu his bed. Sleepovers with Netanyahu kind of reminds me of another alleged honeypot connection, Erica Kirk, and how she was hanging out with the son of Netanyahu before meeting and falling in love with Charlie Kirk. Back to Jared, he was reunited with Netanyahu a few years later in 1998 on a tour of a Nazi concentration camp in Poland before flying to Israel to, quote, complete the journey from slaughter to Zionist rebirth. At Harvard, Jared Kushner was a core fixture and megadonor of the campus Chabad. Now, among Jared's mentors at Harvard was none other than law professor Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. And this is where things start to get a little bit more juicy. According to an FBI informant in a document released in the Epstein files, Dershowitz told U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta that Epstein belonged to both U.S. and allied intelligence services, and that Dershowitz regularly debriefed with Mossad during the trial. Anyway, on page 2 of the same FBI document, the informant also alleged that Trump had been compromised by Israel, and that Jared Kushner is the real brains behind his organization and presidency. But the question is, just how did he work his way into Trump's orbit? So the story goes like this. In 2007, Ivanka Trump is introduced to Jared Kushner by a Jewish diamond merchant named Moishe Lax, under the guise of business, with their first meeting being at a kosher steakhouse called the Prime Grill near Trump Tower. Just a little networking lunch, no big deal. Anyway, we're told that they immediately hit it off, but they hit a bit of a roadblock because she wasn't Jewish. Ivanka would then eventually agree to undergo a months-long conversion to Jewish bloc. Anyway.
Why are her nipples so pointy? Is that the shirt? I don't know.
We're told that they immediately hit it off, but they hit a bit of a roadblock because she wasn't Jewish. Ivanka would then eventually agree to undergo a months-long conversion to Orthodox Judaism, and the couple married in October of 2009 at Trump National Golf Course in
like
Bedminster,
knife
New Jersey.
nipples.
And what I'm insinuating, of course, is whether all of this is proof of a covert foreign intelligence operation, the honeypot of honeypots, where Kushner was able to, through marriage, acquire a seat at a table with Trump in order to do the bidding of a foreign country.
Yikes. All right, the city of San Diego just passed a resolution defining any criticism of Netanyahu, Israel, and Zionism as anti-Semitic. San Diego.
Anti-Semitism has been rising in San Diego and across the country. That's according to Jewish organizations and hundreds of speakers at Tuesday's San Diego City Council meeting. Liat Cohen-Reese directs a local anti-Semitism task force. She says defining it is the city's first step to better fight it.
Well, we need language. In order to understand what something is, we need a definition, we need the language.
Nearly everyone who spoke agreed anti-Semitism needs to be combated. They disagreed on how to define it. The city adopted the definition of the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, or IRA. It's been adopted by dozens of countries and cities across the U.S., including Los Angeles, Chula Vista, and El Cajon. It says anti-Semitism is, quote, a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred. It includes 11 examples. 7 of them involve the state of Israel. Critics say the language has been used to silence criticism of Israel and support for Palestinians. One of those critics is Jewish council member Sean Elo Rivera. He says people must be allowed to both love Jewish people and speak freely against actions by the Israeli government.
A definition that cannot hold both of these things at once is not a tool for fighting anti-Semitism.
Absolutely.
It is a tool for silencing people who care about everyone.
He urged the council to consider other definitions, but he was outvoted 8-1. For more on this debate and to read the full definition, visit kpbs.org.
Oh my
Katie Hyson.
Wow, that's so shitty.
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino led a double life as a satanic high priest. The colonel's cult is listed in the San Francisco telephone book, and his phone answering machine boasts of his affiliation.
This is the Temple of Set. The temple is the only international satanic religious institution fully recognized by the United States government.
Here at San Francisco's Presidio Army Base, for example, here charges surface connecting ritual child abuse at the Presidio Daycare Center to the devil cult. It was here, parents and others allege, that as many as 60 young children were ritualistically abused by soldiers of Satan.
Is it not a fact that a 3.5-year-old girl identified you as the alleged perpetrator of molestation?
No, as a matter of fact, it is not the case. An accusation was made by her stepfather, who was an Army chaplain, speaking on behalf of this child. In her original interview with the FBI, she denied ever being molested.
Well, I've seen you are innocent until proven guilty. You were never charged in this case. I don't want to belabor the point. I have seen, however, the affidavits with the search warrant of your home, and they indicate the child is speaking to the authorities, not the father.
This was after she had been subjected to therapy.
He was a lieutenant colonel who worked in military intelligence and led work in psychological operations.
Aquino's interest in psychological warfare was of a piece with his occult work. Both dealt with how unseen forces, be they propaganda or magical will, can alter thoughts and reality. He co-authored a military paper titled From Psyop to Mind War, The Psychology of Victory. This paper, written with Colonel Paul E. Vallely in 1980, advocated for the U.S. Army to extend psychological operations beyond tactical propaganda to a broader concept of mind war.
Mind war is the deliberate, aggressive convincing of all participants in a war that we will win that war. Mind war must target all participants if it is to be effective. The goal of mind war is to get the mind to believe its own decisions and to feel that it made those decisions without coercion. To be effective, whatever measures are used must not be detectable by ordinary means.
Excuse me. I was like over here coughing. Oh my gosh. I like filled my mouth with food right before that video ended. So I was like struggling. I was like, what am I going to play next? Okay. There's that World War XI again. Did they not teach Americans about other world wars? Could be a typo. I don't know. Red Pill Drifter says, a partial list of MK Ultra torture methods. Let's not forget that men, women, and children were killed or rendered permanently disabled during this government-funded program. And nobody has ever been held accountable. So, if you go down here, Dr. Mengele, now called Dr. Green, and does experiments on children across the waters to the U.S. after World War XI to begin MK Ultra mind control. World War 11. Interesting. Strain all urine? What? I don't even want to know. I'm not getting into that right now. Careful, could be a Zio ploy. The Redeemed told me that no, never. I'm proud of that. So apparently this is the old Kingdom of Jerusalem held by the Christians. I just don't want to use it as an excuse for greater Israel. That's all I mean by that. You know, I mean, I would prefer Christians controlling the area, but knowing Zionists, knowing how they manipulate to control, I don't know. I just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. I mean, that was kind of my solution too, is like, you know, let's just go ahead and deem Gaza a Christian territory. Go ahead and take it over it ourselves. I was even hoping that maybe Huckabee might be for that idea, but he's not. He wants it to be a Jewish state. And that's why Zionism is idolization of Jews over Jesus, in my opinion. Just my opinion. You can disagree. I don't care. Excuse me. I had Chipotle tonight, so it had spices in it, and it like kicked at my allergies and shit. That's why I sound all screwed up now. Either way, Exeth should be told to step down. These were unnecessary deaths. The soldiers should have been evacuated if the missile defenses failed. The number of U.S. service members reportedly wounded or killed in the Iran war just jumped to 774, per Washington Post. Alright. Let's kill off the rest of these news articles for today. Oh, shit, we're already an hour and 20 minutes in. Maybe I should just go ahead and jump into the clips then. I don't know. We might play a few clips of Gears of War, since they are pre-recorded. I had to pre-record them because I was playing it on Xbox. Yeah. Then we might play Outer Worlds 2 after. We'll just have to see how things go. Anna Paulina Luna require influencers to disclose foreign payments. I'm hoping that will maybe affect Timcast if he actually is one. We'll just have to see. Here's a weird clip. I don't know if this is true or not, so I'm not going to present it as true.
Today, like this. I'm reading this book with my cousin, okay? It's a book on marriage. And over here, somewhere in the middle of the book, it's talking about not having sex before marriage. Giving all the reasons of why you shouldn't, and they all make sense. I wish I knew this when I was younger. And then it gets to this one word right here. This word right here, in Serbian, it's telegonia, which means telegony. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Listen to this because, bro, I'm traumatized. Telegony is a biological theory that a woman's previous sexual partners can genetically influence her future children, even if those children are conceived with a different man. Bro, meaning if you had sex with anybody else before the father of your kids, they can genetically influence your actual kids. It gave lots of examples because at first I was like, nah, they lying. I was like, I'm not trying to. Didn't I say I can't believe in this because I will be traumatized?
Yeah, you said it. Yes.
And she told me about this apparently
2011 when I was in Canada.
All my friends were like, why are you a virgin? Why are you a virgin? And she's like,
and then I said why, and they didn't believe me. You don't even remember, and you were there.
Yeah, I wish you would have shaken me and slapped me up, bro.
So I would do it today.
At first I was like, they lying. Come on, bro. They lying. ChatGPT said this is not real. They were trying to mate horses with zebras and they were experimenting to see if it could happen and it couldn't happen. Years later, the horses went to go mate regular with other horses and the female horses gave birth to horses with stripes on them.
And it's not normal to have stripes on horses.
Bruh, guys, it's not just that. It's horses, it's dogs. They've done it with doves. Says that it was scientifically studied apparently and confirmed for humans too.
I don't think that it would be fair with the world. It's
basically saying that modern science is not confirming this because it would basically stunt this sexual revolution that we're in and fuck up a lot of people's bag because they make a lot of money from sexual revolution. Think of how many things are sexualized or sold. Sex toys and condoms.
People can choose if they want to believe in this or not, but it's totally logical because if it works for animals Don't you think it would work for us? Like a lot of and a lot of people who are working with animals, they saw that and they know that you don't mix species. That
Apparently, like if the dogs are having sex with other breeds, then it affects the quality and the purity of their breed.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Don't worry, you're not
I didn't even
alone.
watch this whole video.
Yo, if I knew this when I was younger, like why did nobody teach me about...
I told you this.
Why did nobody teach me to be celibate? Like how do we get our children to be celibate and not have sex before marriage? How? Let me tell you, for anybody that's considering, that's still young, as a 30-year-old woman, I ain't getting shit.
So now, you know that I guess if a woman has lots and lots of sex, apparently that's going to affect what your children are going to actually be. Which might even, you know, this broadens a whole much larger question. I mean, think about all of the men before your dad that your mom might have been with and how that might have affected you. I'm just saying. Just saying. Not trying to gross people out.
From sleeping with nobody. Like, literally, I could have went my whole life.
Yeah. You could have. You didn't, though. She's kind of hot, though. I mean, I'm happy for her either way. I'm glad she got some. But her kids might end up looking like zebras. I don't know. Depends on what she did it with.
In the nation's capital, around the National Mall. Look at the backdrop here. It is simply breathtaking. This city has never looked better. The people here, I don't think, have ever been more excited. I am thrilled that we have the first Freedom 250 happening right here, and it's gonna be awesome.
Hey, what's up, America? Donald Trump says we need to win the midterm elections, otherwise Democrats will impeach him. Now, obviously, I've been saying this for month after month after month, but it's a little too late for the Trump administration to start thinking about victory in the midterm elections when basically there's no way in holy fuck the Republicans are going to win the midterm elections. Everyone in America with a brain is well aware of what's on the horizon, which is a 5 to 8 point Democrat victory in November over
High
the
Command wants this
Republicans
city back,
as an average.
so you're going to take
this
it.
point, there
Dropping
is no
coordinates now.
debate. And so unless you get the cost of food, gasoline, cars,
Get yourself squared away.
houses, and rent down by 50% in the next 3 months, you're basically fucked. I don't know what to tell you. I don't necessarily want the Democrats to win. I don't want to see a 2.5-year lame duck president. But I've been warning about this for month after month.
Sending you the location.
Oh, I freaking love this thing.
Democrats are failures. Nobody likes voting here and there. But it's all just anti-Trump shit at this point. But people are going to vote against Republicans because you didn't make their lives better. Because they influence everything. Everything a billion-dollar corporation wanted, you did. You got it. We had a full year and a half to help the Americans. Blowing past billions. Now we have high prices, wages are barely going up, and can't use pesticides. Making farmers get cancer from their products. Oh wow, what a victory! We have a schism in the Republican Party and the Democrats starting to take over. Yeah, that made America great. Where's my fucking stimulus check? Oh, how about the tariff thing? Americans across the board pay higher prices for everything they purchased for a full year and a half. Only for the Supreme Court to tell us to fuck ourselves, and then those state corporations took extra money from you. They get paid for not using
think I was working on the marksman class, level up different classes from the fire mode. I don't know, I used the same character as the marksman guy too at the same time. You can like pick the same characters for different classes. Is that video still going?
And Americans know this now. People aren't as stupid as you fucking think. Americans saw that and said, huh, I'm kind of pissed off at the value of the dollar after nothing. Me not getting much more in my paycheck and billionaires making out like fucking babies. It gets a little old when it's that every single fucking day, non-stop. But your only alternative is to vote for Democrats.
We've just received reports identifying a suspicious target. Locate and eliminate the
Isn't there
HVs.
anybody out there
Dropping
that's not
coordinates
either a
now.
thief, a corrupt pile of shit, or a fucking deranged lunatic? Heads up! HVT's here! Anybody? Basically what I'm saying is there's almost no way the Republicans are going to win. The Democrats are probably
Gotta reload!
Hey, what's up?
Good shit! HVT down! Get his friends next! Target the eye!
Have the cooldown happen faster and the overheating weapons. I don't know. I feel like you can do that in some games. Make it cool down faster. I can't wait until this game comes out. I hate that it doesn't come out until October. It's kind of shitty.
Yes, sir!
Just had the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta.
The rigged operation. We're seeing enemies on a pushing. Protect
I
it
didn't
at
play
all
it,
costs.
but I don't know. It's kind of interesting to watch that they were losing players over the weekend. I guess people don't really care about Call of Duty as much as they used to. I think it's just getting old. They overdid it. They had a game every single year, and people were just like, dude, I'm not buying a Call of Duty game every single year.
Heads up! They're here!
Let's get some music going.
Concussion grenade out! Throwing a concussion grenade!
Tanner. trying to cut him in half. Whenever the boomers, whatever you want to call them, big guys, whenever the health gets low, you can sell them in here. You gotta make sure it's like, I don't know, 1/4. good stuff to know if you're just starting out. I really do hope they fix some of the issues in versus mode. This game does have a lot of potential if they'll like balance some of the gameplay for versus. Horde mode is borderline perfect. Like, I think they did a great job. Horde mode. Definitely need to fix it. I'm not surprised myself. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Next song. Let's go. Here we go. Everybody's like, how can you be a Christian and play this game? I'm like, easy. There's lots of fucking demons out there to... It's lots of decapitations.
Care package incoming. All squads be advised. This is your chance to resupply.
Make some new music here soon. I'm getting tired of my old music now. That's how you know it's time. If anybody ever wants to know how I decide when it's time for new music, when I get tired of it.
This will do some damage.
Damage pretty quickly. It was like a 3-month period. I'll just grow tired of the song. Unless it's a song like this. Too good to hate. Those songs that are just timeless. No! Oh, I thought I died. I looked up and everything was red. pretty sure I was cussing at this point in the game. I was like, you motherfuckers! Well, I think my teammate left me there to die. But if this is the game, I didn't see what happened, but there was a point where like one of my teammates completely walked right past me to go get the other teammate. I was so mad. I hate it when people are like that. They'll go like pick up their friend before they pick up you. I pick up whoever's in front of me first. I don't play that stupid game. Run! Run! I don't know how I got past that guy. Still got me somehow. Pick us up! Pick us up or we're gonna die! Wait, is that everybody? Oh, he got up now. No, this is the part. This is the part. I was like, what the fuck? He walked right past me. This is the fucking part. He walked right fucking past me. I was so mad. I was so mad. Or at least I remember. What was I doing today? 4 to 10. Not gonna be my team ever again, bitch. We need to start getting back into that mentality. Be like, no, I'm not playing with you. We're gonna fucking be that way, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't no team player. There's also one game where like the rig like glitched up and we couldn't get past it. We could do other little side missions, but it wasn't letting us do like the main thing. You know what would be even cooler? Like, they should, like, allow you to be the cogs or the locust. They have, like, 4 other human players on the locust team. That would be even cooler. I think that would be a pretty good challenge. And it'll be fun as shit, because you get to play with the other fuckers. Actually, was there I think there might have been. Wasn't there a Gears of War where you could do that? Oh, man. have a dream of the game that you're playing, you've already been playing for too long. That happened to me a time or two. I'm just like, why the fuck did I have a dream about the fucking game that I'm playing? Yeah. That stuff is pretty good. I don't know what it was about the last week. Well, I'm getting to better internet very soon. Actually, I was thinking about calling them today. I'm calling them, but, you know, set up
Make sure to secure it.
new better internet real soon. I want to be able to like fucking stream and play online at the same time. Like multiplayer competitively. Also, I might even try to like get Gears of War free. Apparently, Xbox Rewards allows you to build rewards and actually buy games with the reward points. So yeah, there was a story online that I read. It was basically someone had saved enough game reward points that they actually bought the $100 version of GTA 6. They didn't spend $1 of real money, they just played Xbox long enough. Apparently you can get reward points from just playing. I think you have to do specific tasks. Like, I think one of them is like you have to play on PC for 15 minutes every single day of the week or something like that. I don't know, there's a bunch of them.
LG's still hot here. Clear it so the Raven can land for access.
Plus, it would be nice to play this game competitively. Sadly, comes back. Mild rain. Working on you kids. How's everybody doing? Everybody behaving? Chat room. How's everybody doing? This part was actually pretty fun, but I don't know, it's kind of weird too at the same time because it's a small space. Fucking love keep wrapping around you. Somehow they keep getting behind you. I don't know, they're kind of sneaky. Focus, a lot more sneaky than you give them credit for. Just like run around you, they won't even fucking look at you. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's like one of their strategies. They'll literally just like run right past you and try to fucking hide behind you. It kinda works, but at the same time it just seems dumb. I don't know why I keep like trying to pistol whip them. Taking fire! Always one behind me. Actually, I might have left this game because the lag was so bad. Some games don't do that. There's not a huge penalty for leaving games anymore, so I think you just like lose your experience or whatever for the game. Sometimes if you don't get too close, it's a bad thing. Hey, wait, is one mic working? I don't hear me talking. Hold up.
Got multiple tangos bearing down on your position. Hold your place.
Does it not record me?
Affirmative.
Or maybe I wasn't talking. I see my mic popping up on the screen, that's why.
Just send you a time-sensitive
This was something I was curious about. I was like, does it record my microphone whenever I record my games? I don't think it's recording it. I don't hear anything. I need to turn it up. Nice. I don't think I'm talking right now, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious if I do talk. I was wanting to figure this out, because I got a new headset with a microphone on it. Nothing special. It's got one of the cheap ones. I might get one of the expensive, what is it, Black Shark, whatever they're called. Wireless headsets. You know, I've been trying to be as cheap as possible with this whole Xbox experiment. Not really an experiment, but I don't know, just kind of going back to Xbox. I made a pack, well not really a pack, not a blood pack or anything like that. I made a promise myself that I wasn't going to buy a console unless it was absolutely worth it. I don't know why GTA 6 was that moment for me, but it was. It was the moment I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get a console. Unless whatever his face like saves me. What's his name? Cyberleak? If I talk or not. I want to see if I talk later. I can see myself breathing in the mic or something.
We've got this. Hold position.
Effect on target. I'm pretty sure we'd be able to hear me if I was talking. I'd be talking all kinds of shit.
Got another.
Still back. Holy shit balls. I think, like, I did see somebody do a curb stop. I thought they took that out of the games, which I was upset about, but then I saw somebody do it. So maybe it's like one of those like perks that you unlock or something. I didn't know there was different executions you could pick, but maybe there is. Maybe they're different for each class. That could be another factor. They might do different things for each class. I don't know, man. I'm just learning as I go. Reporting as I observe. I'm completely fine if I'm wrong. I'll find the truth later. I think it was fucking everything all fast. It's all normal. Copy that. A product to sell here soon. I'm kind of surprised I haven't fucking put it together for y'all yet. Well, I guess I was trying to decide how I was going to sell it, how I was going to build it, but then I found out that the 3D printer was not going to be a good solution. Probably more of an expensive solution. More expensive solution than I imagined it was going to be. I was gonna make people some masks, but I don't know, I would have to do it a different way. If I did sell them, they would be expensive. That's why I'm not gonna, I might still do it. It's just gonna take longer for each one than I expected. But that means I would put a lot more time into each one of them. But that also means that I would sell them for like a few $100. I don't like having to fucking sell stuff that much. To me, I like for products to be accessible and cheap. I don't know. Maybe I could have some custom-made masks, and then also have another cheaper product I can sell. I can even sell like another kind of a mask or something. I don't know. I've been wanting to sell masks for a long time. That sounds weird. I guess it's, for some reason, I think it comes from Majora's Mask. I'm sure I'm probably not the first person to think of that idea. But ever since the Happy Mask Shop guy, I mean, I don't want to be that weirdo that smiles all the time. I mean, I might be eventually. But I'm not going to be him. It always seemed like a creep to me. Shots. It's like they obviously land like if you like look at my screen, but for whatever reason they won't hit. Yeah. They'll shoot off in a weird. It might be the recoil. That could be. The game necessary. I think the bullet slightly off so that it seems more realistic. It's almost like a DMR. Not very good with it, obviously. That sounds bad. projector. I don't think it's going to be bright enough for these games. It's a low power projector. I was looking for one.
We're ready for exit. I'm marking a landing zone for you now.
There's a more expensive one I'm looking at right now.
I sent you some ordnance. Use it to collapse that E-hole and take it out.
I'm trying to also not fly too much. One of those weirdos that's just like, once I start buying too much shit, I'll just start like getting a weird cringe feeling, and I'm like, this is too much. Anybody else have that weird gut feeling? Does anybody else have it? Hello? Is anyone else? Am I the only one in this? Hey, what's going on, Maji? I just realized you were here. Sorry. I'm like talking to myself. Kind of what podcasting is at the time, unless you like, you know for a fact you're talking to somebody. Sometimes I'm talking to somebody, sometimes you gotta have filler speech so you get more. How you been, Maji?
Under fire!
I'm trying to think, did I finish this mission or not? There were a couple that I rage quit on. I'm just like, dude, the lag's so fucking bad, I can't fucking play. Like, I'm halfway glad that some of my boys didn't go through, because there were some parts I was like, fuck it. That's what I can say. Worse than a sailor. Cussing like a gamer. That's what the new analogy needs to be. You are cussing like a gamer.
We can't afford to let that corpser run amok. Find some explosives and plug that keyhole.
I'll tell you what, like, gamers are hardcore when it comes to speech. Sorry, I don't want to X anymore. So, I don't know for a fact that the FPS option is true or not. I saw it switch over in the flight mode. Because he was flying a helicopter in the clip or whatever they were showing. And he switched to first person view. And you could see the dude's hand right in front of him, like it's first person. So maybe that's a clue. Maybe it's not a clue. I feel like it's a heavy clue, just because, well, normally in flight control, you won't show like somebody's hand and everything else. It's not going to have the ability to have first person where it shows your hands, you know, grabbing guns and stuff. Like, I think that will actually be a heavy option in GTA 6, just because they said it was going to be revolutionary, so you can probably switch between first-person view and third-person view like you can in Halo. Which I enjoyed that. I actually thought that was a good feature they had. Like, there was few positives I gave for that game. I mean, obviously the visuals. I think I warned that guy. Maybe my mic was on. I don't know.
We can't afford to let that corpser run amok. Find some explosives and plug that keyhole.
Yeah, I see my name popping up every now and again. Kind of upset. I was hoping I could hear my voice in the game for the recording. What am I gonna do for a fucking mic? I get 2 freaking plugs for freaking microphone too? That's pretty dumb if that's the case. Dude, they need to have USB hubs for Xbox. They sell them. I don't know, maybe I can use my mic that I have in my computer and plug it in from the Bluetooth. I don't know, at least the professionals out there would get mad for me not using MIDI. You know, like, bro, it's gonna run through USB anyway. If you're using a laptop.
Looks like they didn't make it. I can't stick around forever.
Or no, I guess sometimes they run through the headphones.
And back to base.
Watch out! Go! Let's do this.
Now it's the landing zone for you now. Make sure the area is clear.
I'm kind of hoping that you get to keep your experience from the beta and bring it over to new game. I don't know, maybe they might start us over again, which I'm not going to be too mad if they do it that way. It didn't take that long to build up all that. I mean, they only let you play for 4 or 5 days. If you build up that much experience in 4 or 5 days, then it's not Plus, that's whenever people mostly play, they'll like binge a game for like the first, I don't know, month or so. Then they'll get tired of it. Usually whenever the numbers drop off. Heavily is after the first month. At least nowadays. Sometimes even faster than that. Hell, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think I saw like half their players leave. At least according to someone else's post on X. Pirate, whatever his name is. Pirate Nation. It's not pirate, it's pirate. Oh, I thought that was my teammate.
We're running out of time, and that is still kicking. Find some ordnance and collapse the E-hole.
Freaking lag was so bad.
Target eliminated.
I couldn't tell when I was being shot.
Good team kill.
I guess you can use a boom shot on emergence holes and closes them. That's kind of cool. Oh, somebody shoot a rocket. I don't like that 2 burst shot on that weapon. I need to change it. For some reason it's not very strong. I don't know why. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be better than it is. I guess if you land headshots only, it might be okay, but I don't know. 2-shot burst shot. On the hammer burst. Like an option where you can change it. Get in! I made it! I need to fix the hands too, like, obviously the guy's not turning with the fucking turret. I don't know if anybody saw that. You can actually see his hands, like, and even like right there, like the turret will like shoot inside the helicopter. It's a weird glitch.
Time for a little R&R. You earned it.
This video over. Look at this. Don't worry, guys. I got plenty. Probably too many, actually. Oh yeah, I've got Trepang. It's a new game that I was playing. I don't know if it's older or what, but it seems like a Chinese game or something. Trepang 2. No idea what that means. I played it the other night. I don't really recommend it. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of fun. It has like a weird time pause mode. See that curb stomp, guys? That was fucking sweet. I thought they took it out of the game. We were caught it on camera. We got eyewitnesses everywhere. Live on Gears of War. Like I said, this is a clip of live. I'm live right now, but this part was weird as fuck. Of course, I'm about to go down. Oh, okay, there it goes. I was about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure I go down. This is not the time I thought that I would go. Should have went down sooner. All those dudes are running. That sounded weird. Good that I said that. Good up. Bye. I don't know why I keep using this guy. Before I've got the upgrade. up. I don't know why I'm yelling. I'm not playing right now. That's how I am when I'm playing though. I'm like, take me out, damn it. Can't just leave me here. Freaks. This is the mission where the rig messed up. Like I was talking about earlier, the other players didn't know what to do either. They kept on like hacking away at the rig and nothing got fixed. So I just ran off to a different side quest to see if we could fix the glitch. It didn't work.
And you're back.
Sending you the location of known locust comm terminals in the area. neutralize the president. Well done, Don't manage that drop. Wouldn't want those grunts to get their filthy claws on it.
Sucks so bad. I fell into the fucking hole. I didn't even know it was there. I just like fucking jumped over it and fell into it. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Just what I needed.
Where do I leave? Where do I go? Back in here now.
Contact return. Watch each other's back. What's the hold up? Grab those parts and get that rig operational again.
Bad lag. Fucker's jumping around the sky. Yeah. As soon as I I get done tonight? Go ahead and invest into some better internet. I don't know, man. Maybe that's great. Well, I guess I could play Battlefield. Battlefield is the main game I want to play online with some better internet. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Don't worry, we're going to be playing some games live again here soon. Because it's hard to play the clips and play a game at the same time. I guess thankfully my voice didn't show up in the clip, so I can talk over it. I don't necessarily like watching my clips again though. I feel like I could be playing a game right now rather than watching my game. It's not good time management. I like being able to record my stuff live, get everything all at once. I don't even edit my shit. A little parrot shooting me. I wonder what's the range on those things. The little automated parrots put out. Probably gonna call it a night here soon though. Is it really only 11? Okay. I started at 9. That's another reason. I get too tired if I'm not playing the game. If I'm in the game, it'll keep me awake. If I'm just watching myself games, different. Don't get me wrong. I like watching my slick ass moves sometimes. Sometimes it's just fucking idiot though. I'm gonna be a fucking retard. I'm just like, why the fuck did you do that? I'm gonna fuck you. I think I probably should make sure everybody else is like, yeah, talking more shit on myself.
Rig repaired. Everything's green on our end.
That motherfucker get too arrogant. Talking about me. Everybody's like, what? You give yourself ego checks? Like, fuck yeah, I do. I let myself get fucking too wild brain, too arrogant, too stuck up, too greedy. Can't let the disco get too much to my mind. I thought the fucking game was going to the music for a second. That's kind of cool. See if I can play control. don't think I'm gonna do any auto rolls tonight. If I have a show tomorrow night, then I might do it tomorrow night. Later this week. Don't say the wrong thing.
Got a spare power core and need a transport.
Like, motherfucker. What? You bitch. Motherfuckers are just shot randomly. That's why you were good. Oh, you glitching, now you bitching. So weird they put the 80s, or like actually, I don't know, they might even look like the 60s or 70s looking cars. Make it look like it was a long time ago or something. 14 years into the past. For some reason they just have like fucking old ass cars. This is another planet, by the way. Make sure to remind people that Gears of War is not on Earth. It's another planet. I'm pretty sure it's not Earth. I'm pretty sure it's not Earth. Oh, Sierra? What's that? we doing, everybody? Check it in. Guarding the perimeter. Oh yeah, I think I remember this part. It might be the part, or maybe it's the next part, like we couldn't get past it. Everybody on the team kept on dying over and over. I can't remember if this is that video or not, but it is. Not a happy ending. I'm gonna spoil it early. For entertainment purposes only. Oh, he don't even know it killed me. Rumor maybe? Explosion. What are you guys doing? Pick me up, bitch. Oh, yeah. Such bad lag. That was another thing. The lag was so bad in this game. Pretty sure it was my internet though. I blame myself entirely. This was probably one of the worst games. Yeah, that guy just like totally appeared in front of me. Somehow I landed that shot. Keep your neck fan on, you're like, why am I so fucking cold? Sentry plate. I need to check on one of the later games. I want to make sure if my voice isn't coming through in the game. I'm gonna be so fucking mad if my fucking mic isn't working. I'm really hoping I'll record myself so they need like 10 more USBs on the Xbox for as much as you're using the USB port. Because you need at least 4 for 4 controllers. Like, people fucking hate using them. At least I do. I hate the batteries. They go bad after like 5 years. Actually, maybe like 2. Super shitty. I feel like they just design the controller to go to shit after like 2 years. Everything about it. They used to make them last for like 5 years. I also have one that's pretty decent. I probably just need to open it up and clean it. I just don't want to. Look at the micro USB and whatever it's called. Not the USB-C. Got some goo or something inside of it. I don't know if that's sticky. Sure, I'll probably spill some coffee or something sticky on it. Or it's just some other grease and sweat. Blood and tears inside of the controller.
KR-80 can't land if the LG's crawling with grubs. Clear them out.
That is one good thing about board. Even if you do have lag, it's still playable. But on versus mode, you really do need better internet. Especially if you want to compete with like the household. I mean, you know, they are commendable on their skill, but at the same time, you know, they're still assholes. They still talk some major shit. I met a couple assholes throughout my experience on the China multiplayer.
Friendly down.
I'm gonna have to outrun this motherfucker.
This is KR-80. I'm on approach. Clear the extraction point. Hold on. Find another dirt patch to play in. You're standing in my LZ.
That's the end of the video. I've got plenty more content for here.
We don't have all day. Get a move on.
At the same time, I don't want to like overdo it. I'll just be playing a lot of the same. I don't know, it's just kind of similar after a while. That's one thing that kind of sucks. They only give you like 2 or 3 maps to play on in the beta version. Fortnite only had 1 massive map. I mean, it was massive. All they gotta do is like switch you up on the map and tell us you're somewhere new. But, you know, that kind of looks similar. Either way, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Let's play Outer Worlds maybe tomorrow or maybe the next day or something. We'll see. We'll see you soon, guys. y'all like tonight's video, go ahead and like and go to the channel for your thoughts. We may or may not be on tomorrow. See you again soon, guys.